Like and share our podcast. Share our podcast. Our podcast. Podcast. Our podcast. Share our podcast. Like and share our podcast. All right, guys. So welcome to Let's Talk Relationship. Today I am Anito and
David.
yes. Today we're going straight to the point, and what we're talking about is preparing for marriage. Mhm. So stay tuned and be blessed. Blessed.
All right, you're welcome back. Today we want to talk about how to prepare for marriage. This topic is not just for people that are kind of ready because they have a partner,
Mm.
but for single ladies or single guys. And it's very important to prepare for what you're actually going for because it's a long time institution.
It's a
It's a
lifetime, actually.
lifetime. Yeah. So it's something you need to prepare for. Most of the issues we have in marriages is because people don't prepare. People don't prepare for marriage because what you don't prepare for, you are what are planning to fail. So one thing I believe every person that is thinking about marriage or is up to the marriageable age is for you to prepare. And one of the preparation I think we want to talk about today is emotional what's the breaking down? Is emotional development.
Okay, babe, before you go on, you said marriageable age. What's the marriageable age? Because I've had that question asked that how do I know that it's time to marry? Like, is there an age? And you just mentioned marriageable age. So, is there an age? Is there an appropriate age to get married?
Marriageable age, we're not talking about the numbers, we're talking about the level of maturity, your level, how it's the part of what we're talking about. To prepare for marriage, have you tick all the boxes to an extent? Understand? We don't have perfect person, but we have to develop ourselves. And part of development is maturity, being mature. Why we are saying somebody is mature is because the person has passed through some certain things and has reacted in a way that is 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 mature, kind of. Let me use that same mature word. You understand? So that's where the word maturity came from. So I believe the person should be mentally mature, physically mature, spiritually mature. You understand? That's what I think.
Okay. Uh, you've said it all, and I think that maturity is, deep inside that, okay, I'm ready to begin to look at this, and I'm ready to um, begin to actually take this subject of marriage seriously. And you've built yourself to a certain extent to handle issues of life because, like I tell people, marriage is a continuation of your life. Marriage is not stopping your life. No, you're continuing your ambitions, your dreams, your goals, your purpose is going to continue, right? So you need to be strong enough, you need to be mature and ready for this institution called marriage. But we're not really focusing on the age today, we're focusing on other things that you need to do or check to know that you're ready for marriage. And I think you wanted to go and talk
Yeah,
about emotional.
number one is emotional development. A lot of people are carrying baggage of heartbreaking experience, of traumas, maybe from their family, from whatever they've gone through. You understand? They are carrying it. And most times, when you have a partner, you tend to want to put everything on your
them.
partner. So you have to be emotionally sound. Ask yourself, what are the baggage you're carrying? How can you develop yourself? How can you go past whatever traumas you are going past? Because these things will show up in your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
In your marriage, some people react based on what they've experienced. You understand?
I think we
So
all do.
yes, it's part of it. Most times, what we just do is to what we are trying to develop ourselves to grow past whatever things we've gone through and just to take advantage of it and get better. So, number one thing, let's try to work on our emotions. Emotions, because this thing can be so tiring. Some people are going through a lot trying to manage their own emotion and manage their partner's emotion. It can be so overwhelming. You understand? And to an extent, you need help, true, but your emotion is your responsibility. How you manage your emotion is your personal responsibility. So if you need help, you can ask for help. That shows that you are ready to what to
Mm-hmm.
develop that part of your life. So it's easier to help you. In part of marriages that the husband or the wife, they don't even know what to do. And they're trying to communicate, hey, what is going on? What is this? This thing can break marriage. It can make it can destroy your level of intimacy because of this mood swing. I heard of a lady that she said in one of the interviews I saw online, she said she's not the she's the problem, not the guy. That
Mm.
she's been having good guys, and your emotions can chase better people out of. That's a God ordained person for you. Your emotions can send them out. So develop your emotion. Stand strong. Whatever challenges you might have gone through, make sure you grow past it. Emotion challenges is not to hold us down, is to make us a better person. So for you to be a better person, you need to develop that part of your life. And you see that yourself, you'll be free. So to relate to people, to move to the because challenges will come. If you are not dwelling on your past issues, you just stay there and a lot of things will be going past you. So work on your emotions. Very important.
Mm-hmm. And I think generally in life we need to keep building ourselves. And marriage is an institution where it's not one person giving.
Mm.
When you understand that it's both of you that are bringing something to the table, then you will know that you need to renew yourself. And the next aspect that I think that we need to watch is our spiritual lives, right? Um, I hear a lot of ladies saying something like, "I don't want to be the priest of my home." This one, that one. Each person in a marriage needs to take responsibility for their spiritual growth. Before you get married, there is you and there is your relationship with God. Are you telling me you don't pray? Are you telling me your altar is not on fire? Are you telling me you don't take your stand and intercede on certain things? Do you understand? So being married is not a license to become lazy. No, it's about growing together. So where are you in your spiritual life? A lot of ladies, for instance, we say we want God-fearing men. That's usually the first thing that you hear a lady say. So what's your kind of guy? Well, I want a God-fearing guy. Are you God-fearing? Do you even understand what it means to fear God? Do you understand? Is your life demonstrating that you fear God? Can people see that you fear God? So the time of singlehood is a time to really build up.
Mm.
And I think that's where a lot of us make mistakes. We think it's all about the butterfly. It's all about, oh, somebody's loving up on me, or I finally found somebody. Okay. It's time to check yourself. It's time to grow. See, I tell people a lot that singlehood is a gift, particularly spiritually. Oh my God, because you can wake up at any time, pray, you can do things at your pace. So now is the time while you're still single to invest in your spiritual growth. So that's an area that we need to work on. Start cultivating healthy spiritual habits because nothing really changes in marriage. What you bring to the table, it can only grow.
Mhm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So there is no magic that happens. So whatever you want to see in your marriage, begin to do it now. And I'm talking about spiritual. You get those spiritual habits that you want to see you and your spouse doing, that you want to cultivate in your children, begin to do it now. And then you see that, okay, by the time you get married, these things will just follow through normally.
Yes, God is the author of this institution we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about. And when we're talking of a lifetime institution, it's better to know how, because different phases, you understand? When you get married is different from when you have children, different from when you start working, different phases. So your relationship with God will help you to navigate through. So if you don't have strong relationship with God, it's going to affect your movement all the way. We need to build that relationship, like she said. Another thing also is to renew our minds. What are the things we've heard about marriage?
Mm-hmm.
What are the things that someone has have told us, or what are the things we've seen? A lot of people are working based on what someone told them, or based on what their parents went through. You understand? Don't limit God for your own reality.
Mm-hmm.
Your reality is your reality.
And don't use other people's
Don't use
experiences
other
to
people
shape your
to
own.
shape it.
No.
A lot of ladies will be like, all men cheat. It's good because you have that mentality. Your man will cheat. You understand?
And most likely you will choose a man that cheats
You
because you're
will,
like, okay, we'll just manage this
we
one. All men
just,
cheat.
yes.
And then you get into the marriage and then you're complaining of cheating. Or you don't manage marriage. Don't set yourself up to manage marriage, please.
So let our mind be focused. Let our eyes be single. What is marriage? That's why the spiritual part is very important. When you're reading books, you are studying, God will show you how your marriage should be, how marriage as an institution should be. Then you now begin to picture yourself in that scenario. Then that will be your reality. Let our mind be appropriate. Let our mind be single. Let our mind focus on what God said about marriage. Whatever things you've seen about marriage, a lot of things causes fight in marriage. A lot can be as stupid as it can be. But when your mind is set that this is my marriage will work, because of the purpose of marriage is to what? To is is an assignment,
Mhm.
is a mission. So is to breed godly seed and to affect our society. It's very important. It's an assignment. It's not just what the party we do is good, but the assignment of marriage is to what? To breed godly seed and to affect our community, from the community to the world. So let us have the mindset that this marriage I'm going into is going to be the best one. So when your mind is right, then you are almost ready.
Mm. And I think one last thing I think we should talk about is why we are talking about all of this. It stems from knowing who you are.
Mm.
Because one reason people attract the wrong kind of people or choose the wrong kind of people for themselves at the end of the day is because they've not really come to the realization of who they are.
True.
The reason you can begin to say, okay, I want to watch my spiritual life, I want to make sure that I'm not carrying emotional
Mm.
baggage or trauma into this relationship, is because you are aware of who you are and what you should be doing. So take the time to really assess, okay, what am I made of?
Mm.
Who am I? Do you understand? Who am I really? When I think of marriage, what kind of person do I see? What kind of picture do I see? What kind of family do I see? And then that is when you begin to take necessary steps. Okay, if I'm seeing this kind of marriage, am I the man in this picture I'm really seeing
Mhm.
now? Do you understand? Am I the woman in this picture I'm really seeing? What can I do to be better? Because we don't think about these things enough. We spend months preparing for marriage, but those imagine spending months preparing, like building yourself, taking the time. to build yourself, these aspects of yourself that I've talked about. Imagine taking the time to do that. You're setting yourself up for a beautiful marriage. Do you get? So sit down, take the time to think of, who am I really? Why am I here? Why do I want to go into marriage? Do you understand? These questions, or rather answering these questions sincerely and then taking the right steps, will help you have a successful marriage.
To help you to tackle expectations in marriage. Because when you are you, you don't need someone to define who you are to you. Because a lot of people are saying, okay, when I get married, that's when I will be this. When I get married, that is when this will happen. When I get married, I will take that master's.
When I get married, I'll be faithful.
I'll be
Like I
faithful.
hear that a lot. Yeah, you're
Yes,
playing
yeah.
around now, but when you
Because
get
I'm
married,
not married. When I'm married now,
everything will stop.
you should be now. I know I have my wife. No, until you work on yourself, until you settle that, you cannot expect much from people. You understand? You cannot expect, because expectation can be so broad that he should, she should, we should, I should, we should. But you, are you should? What are you should do?
You can't expect much and you can't give much because you can't give who you are not.
Yeah. So let's work. Let's work on it. Let's develop every aspect of our life that need development. Financial development, a lot of things to develop. You need to develop how to manage family, how to manage people, how to manage emotions. When somebody is hot, I need to go low. There's a lot to learn. You understand? You that you don't know how to relate with people now, how do you want to relate with your wife? You that you don't know how to communicate. Any single talk, you turn into argument. Before you know it, everywhere is scattered. Learn to listen to people. See, your personality really matters in your marriage, because it's not just going to affect your partner, it's going to affect your children. So if you don't want to give birth to yourself, because a lot of people are like, this girl is just like me, because you didn't work on yourself.
Exactly.
You understand? This boy is just like me. He's always arguing. He's always you, because you are the same person. So when we work on ourselves, this will just be easy, because you are seeing life differently. You are not, because marriage, you have to see things differently. God will help us.
Amen.
We'll get better. And marriage is sweet. Marriage is important. Marriage is good.
Marriage is God's design.
Yes. So, and it can be good for everybody, can be sweet for everybody, can be peaceful for everybody. What we need to do is trust God, work on ourselves, and get better. We grow every day. With time, you see that you are married to your friend. God bless you.
God bless you. Remember, you've been listening to Let's Talk Relationship today. And if you've not followed us yet, please follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on TikTok, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram at Every Seventh Media. Has this blessed you? Please share it to your friends. And we'll see you next time. Remember to live,
To live,
to love,
to love,
and to laugh.
and to laugh.
God bless you.